Hi everyone, I'm Sam. I am the owner of Comic Sam's Crafts, a shop where I sell finished items as well as my own crochet patterns. Today I'm going to show you how to chain. Now, chaining is one of the most basic crochet skills. Almost all projects will use chaining in some form, and I just wanted to give you a little tutorial on how to do it. So, to start, we have worsted weight yarn. I'm using Caron Simply Soft. It's one of my favorite worsted weight yarns. It's acrylic, which means it's fairly soft and easy to work with. And with that, I'm also using a 5mm crochet hook. That's the hook that matches with this yarn. Obviously, you can use a different weight yarn or a different size hook if you want, also if the pattern calls for it. But when you're just starting out crocheting, I find worsted weight yarn and a 5mm hook to be the easiest to work with. Alright, you want to start off by making a slip knot. If you don't know how to make a slip knot, I will show you a couple of ways that I know how. First one, which is probably the easiest for beginners, is to take your yarn. You've got the yarn that's attached to the skein in your left hand and the end of the yarn in your right hand, and you put the two together like this, which makes a slight loop, and then you take the end of the yarn right here and loop it around from left to right like this, and you take the end and you pull it through this loop that you just made by pulling the yarn around. Then you pull through like this, and then tighten, and there's your slip knot, like that. So that's one way, and then you would put it on your hook, like so. The way that I usually do it is similar to the way that you would make a magic loop, and it is a little bit more complicated, but I will show it to you very quickly anyways. Again, I have my end of the yarn in my right hand, and I wrap it around my two fingers like this and pull through. A little bit more complicated. So once again, I will see if I can show you. So I take the end of the yarn, and I wrap it from left to right around my fingers like this. That's one full loop, and then I wrap it again, making sure that the second wrap is on the bottom. So then it looks like this, and then I take my thumb and I grab the end of the yarn with my thumb, and then I grab the first loop, the top loop, with this hand, and then I pull like this, and then I pull to get the end through, and there I have my slip knot. I'm sure there's plenty of other ways to make a slip knot. Those are just the ones that I know and use on a regular basis. So once you have your slip knot, you want to take your hook and put it through the slip knot and tighten it so it's tight on your hook. And you want the end of your yarn, this is the end of the yarn, on the bottom, and the top, the yarn that's still attached to your skein, on the top. So now you can begin chaining. The way that you hold your yarn is, it varies from person to person. I hold it like this, so I've got it wrapped around my index finger, and the end that is attached to the skein comes out through between my index and my middle fingers, and then I hold it with my pinky finger like this. But I know it's fairly personal. I mean, the way that you hold your yarn kind of depends on what feels good for you. So to begin chaining, you want to, again, make sure you've got the end that's attached to the skein on the top, and then you're going to take it and you're going to wrap it from left to right around your hook, like so. So you see you've got this loop from the slip knot, and then you're going to wrap it like this, left to right, so that this end goes off to the left. And then you're going to want to take your hook and pull through like so. So once again, left to right, and you have your yarn over to the left side of the hook here, and then you take your hook, and I like tilting it downward like this, because if you do it like this, you can't really get through this loop that's on the hook here. So you tilt it downward and pull through. So over, pull through, over, pull through. And that is how to chain. Going to zoom in real quickly. I'm going to do this with it zoomed in so it's a little bit easier for you to see. So I've got my hook, or I've got the loop on the hook, and then I yarn over like so, and pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and that's how to chain. Thank you so much for watching this video on how to chain, and I hope it was very helpful. This will be the first in a series of videos teaching you how to do some basic crochet stitches, so keep an eye out for ones that will come out in the future. See you again soon.